Here we have a 2023 Cadillac CT5 in the luxury trim level. And this model comes in Summit White on Sahara beige with jet black accent leatherette interior. And our powertrain consists of the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, mated with a 10-speed automatic transmission. That's going to be your base powertrain level for the CT5. But as you come around to the front end here, we have our LED signature running lights along with our LED headlamps. And that's our premium luxury grille there. So it's kind of reflective. I really like it. Then you have the black gloss by the running lights. And down here we have 18-inch aluminum wheels. We get passive keyless entry on the front 2 doors. And there we have the controls for our power door locks, power windows, power mirrors, trunk latch there. And then we also get the Bose Performance Series sound system on this vehicle as an added option. And there we have an electronic parking brake. Let me cut this air down. And there we have a power driver's seat with power lumbar support. Let's hop in here. So I just reviewed a CT5 Sport, and I don't know if it was how I had the seat adjusted, but I seem to have quite a bit more room in here. My legs aren't even touching the back of the seat. And the seat's adjusted for someone of my height of 6'3" in front of me. So pretty impressive. I'll have to go back and see what I did wrong there. But there we have our rear AC vents, a 12-volt, as well as a USB-C charging port there. And here's our back seat. And then we have our center seat that folds down for cup holders there. Let's go ahead and check out the trunk space. There are floor mats back here, but a really good sized trunk space. And I said this about the Sport I reviewed. Very impressive for this kind of vehicle. And we can put things we don't want to slide around, or maybe some handy tools back there. And then we have our actual battery there, and that's probably the best place to jump it off if you ever were to need to do that. And there's our back end there, again with the signature LED tail lights and our dual exhaust as well. And there's our fuel filler there. Of course, this is premium fuel recommended, but you can run 87 in here, but you won't get your full performance as opposed to running 91 or 93. And then to fold our rear seat down, there's a button back there that'll pop up, and then this will fold completely flat. And you can run wood or whatever through the back seat there for extra space. And then to put it back, you just snap it back into place. And here we have a power front passenger seat, power lumbar support. And I really like how this Sahara beige looks up close. Just a really nice, sleek color. And before we take a look at the engine, I'm just gonna show you all the window sticker, which this sticker is for only $43,200. And this is probably the way I would build mine, honestly. It has a sun and sound package, which is $2,800, but you get your roof, your nav, and your Bose sound system. Then you get the cold weather package for $600. And you get the heated seats along with the heated steering wheel there. And that's really all I need. I'd like to have cold seats, but I don't need it. So like I said, for that kind of money, not bad at all. Let's go ahead and pop the hood before we hop in the driver's seat. And there's that 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder there. On into the driver's seat we go. So here we have our leather wrapped steering wheel that we can also heat. Now, like I said, I just drove a Sport and I really liked how thick that steering wheel was, and that's one thing I miss here, which this is fine, but I'd rather have that. Just really nice cushy steering wheel there. But heated toggle there. Onto our radio here, we have AM, FM, XM along with Bluetooth audio. And there we have our main screen with the upgraded nav system. We have that there. Then we get Apple CarPlay, Android Auto as well. Climate controls there, dual zone automatic. And then we have actual controls down here with our heated seat toggle, as well as our lane departure and our parking sensors there. And there's our backup camera with our HD guidelines that turn as we turn the steering wheel, showing us where we're going. And here's our other home page as well. Now here we have our drive modes, and we can toggle between 4 modes: My Mode, Tour, Sport, and then Snow and Ice. We have an automatic brake hold. We can toggle our auto stop there. Wireless charging pad, a little bit of extra storage here. And for our shifter, we just hit this button, pull down for drive, tap for manual, tap up for neutral, and then hit the button, push all the way up for reverse, press P for park. Pretty simple. Volume knob here for the radio, and we can use this as our track list or radio station controls here to seek. And then we have an audio shortcut, a nav shortcut, a back shortcut, and a phone shortcut. And we can actually scroll through everything using this giant knob here, which I really like. Once you get used to it, it's very easy to use. Now here for our center console cubby space, we do have an SD card reader for the nav, a USB-C, and a USB-A port. We can run the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Pretty good sized space all in all. And then for our Ultra View sunroof, we can one-touch tilt and slide that open and shut. And then I just love having that second skylight there. It makes it look really, really fancy. I like that you can one-touch open and close the shade as well without holding it. But there's a view of the back seat from up here. Going over here, we have our glove compartment with owner's manuals. And like I said, I really like this build because it's nothing fancy. It's still a Cadillac, so it is fancy, but I really love just the simple aluminum trim there to go with the black, and then the beige there. Looks really, really nice. But over to the left side of the steering wheel, we have our cruise controls, forward collision alert, gap adjust. We have our voice recognition controls here. And to the right side, we have our track list, radio station favorites here. And then we can actually go through our gauge cluster using the arrows and the scroll bar here. And toggle that up and down. And then we have volume controls here. And then paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. Now to the left side stalk, we have our headlamp controls along with our auto high beams. And then to the right side, we have our windshield wiper controls. Push button start. And then here we have our key fob with remote start. But next we're just going to take this CT5 Luxury out on the road for a quick test drive. Very impressive powertrain, of course, with the 2-liter turbo and the 10-speed automatic. It's a very seamless power curve there. And I believe it's in Yeah, it's in tour mode, so let's put it into sport mode. And it really does pick up. And you can see, I like how it shows you on the screen how everything is turned to the max in terms of the steering feel, the engine transmission feel. We're just gonna give it a little throttle here. Really nice acceleration. And honestly, a lot of sport modes kind of overdo it. But with this powertrain, it really feels natural being in the sport mode. The engine just revs a little higher than it could. And I mean, you're able to get 33 miles per gallon on the highway with this thing. So in sport mode, you probably won't get that. You want to be in tour mode, but I mean, having that power at your fingertips is just so nice. And I like how the exhaust is beefy, but not overly loud. You still feel like you're driving a luxury vehicle. And overall sound acoustics in the vehicle, even cruising here at 80 miles per hour, is very, very nice. And I will say, as I've gotten to know these vehicles since they came out in 2020, they really are very, very nice. Very luxurious, ride very well, and the powertrains are just really, really good. And we have auto stop. It's just with the air on right now, it's not gonna cut the engine off. And these handle very well too, especially in sport mode when your steering's a bit tighter, but even in this tour mode, very nice steering feel without feeling flimsy. Just a tad bit of understeer in my opinion, but like I said, in sport mode you're not going to feel that, so I can't really say that it understeers all the way around just in this tour mode. And it might be because I'm used to driving in the sport mode. And some people like having a looser steering feel. Me personally, I like having that thing feel like a go-kart. So me, I would keep it in tour mode just for that, or maybe make a my mode where the powertrain can adjust, but the steering always has that very, very tight feel. And I have a Mustang Mach-E, and that's kind of what one of the best things I like about it is having that tight steering feel in an EV. But all in all, really, even with these, I think they call them inteluxe seats or something crazy to describe the leatherette, but they're very comfortable and they don't feel like fake leather because they're still rather soft, relatively speaking, as to other leatherette seats I've been in. And just having the heated function really makes all the difference. And having a seat this adjustable, unless you're just used to riding in 20-way heated, cool, massage functioning seats, you're really not gonna have an issue with these, especially if you're used to cloth. They're very, very nice for what they are. But for the money, I definitely would go with this vehicle. I mean, it's a luxury trim, but you get heated seats, you get the heated steering wheel, you get the powertrain, and you still have your lane departure. So really, if you want to be on a budget and still be fly, Can't go wrong with this 2023 Cadillac CT5 Luxury.